Hi everyone, I am Amol Kokate. Today we'll discuss what to do in those last 7 days to Maharashtra MBA CET, as well as we'll discuss a test taking strategy. Now frankly speaking, don't prepare anything new in these 7 days. Whatever preparation you are supposed to done, that is already done. Now what you do on that last day, on that D day, that will matter a lot now. Now let me compare whatever exam you're going to give with a cricket match. It happens that your star players may not play on that particular day, but an average player can score better runs on that day, and exactly same might happen with you also, because you may not be doing till now the average part, but on that D day, if you do it well, you do it in a proper manner, then you can score better than your star players. That's what I want to communicate. So in these 7 days, let's put it this way, that don't prepare anything new. What you do, whatever your preparation you have done just till now, just revise that part. For those revision, you give the first 3 to 4 days only, not more than that. Also, I will say not every day, but every alternate day, you try to give one mock paper. Now, what score you get in that mock paper is not important at this stage. What is important is that can you analyze that mock paper and understand where I lost the marks. While analyzing, you have to analyze on 2 parameters. One, speed. Second is accuracy. Okay. Now, most of the students work on the accuracy part, means which questions I got it wrong. They work on that area only. You have to also think which questions I got it correct, but took a longer time to solve those questions. And because of that, which question I could not attempt. So in these 7 days, I will suggest give every alternate day one mock and analyze that very well. Also, 2 days before, you should just finalize your strategy. What strategy you are going to have in the final exam. At the end of this video, I will suggest you one strategy with some data, so you'll have an idea about what strategy you can follow in the actual exam. Now, if I talk about the general tips, as of now, all of you have got the hall ticket. So if you are taking a mock paper, suppose you have a exam at morning 10 o'clock, I will suggest you take a mock at 10 o'clock only. If it is possible to give a mock paper at any test center or your coaching class, I will say you travel to that coaching class and give a mock paper, because you are traveling and then writing the paper in that time slot will give you the actual feeling of that D-Day. So that is my suggestion. Also, in CET exam, when you go to a CET exam, you should carry a pen, paper, pencil. You can carry anything. The certain items they will not allow you, but definitely pen, pencil they will allow you. Most of the students carry the pen. I will suggest along with the pen, carry pencil also. Also carry an eraser, because while solving the big questions in data interpretation caselets or analytical puzzle caselets, you make small mistakes, and because of the pen you cannot erase them properly. Then you have to draw that entire chart again. If you have a pencil, you can simply erase that part, and you start working from where you left the calculation or the data analytical puzzles part. So carry a pencil also. That will also help you to solve some non-verbal reasoning questions also. Now let's move to the strategy part. This is my way of looking at the section. So every section give a certain number of time, target certain number of question, and stick to that part. So let's see the breakup what I suggest you. This is the breakup what I will suggest. But again, depending upon what is your favorable area or what is your easy difficult area, you can do little bit here and there. Okay, so my suggestion is, first you decide the order of the sections in which you are going to attempt the paper. Well, somebody can attempt in this order, but suppose if I am attempting personally, I may not start with the logical reasoning. I might start with the abstract reasoning, because that's a smaller section, 20 minutes. Nowadays the questions which are coming in abstract are absolutely easy questions. So if you ask me in 20 minutes, can I attempt all questions? So there will be 3-4 difficult questions in that out of those 25. I can easily attempt 20 questions in that part. So you can change the order of the section. You can also vary time slightly here and there, but there should be a fixed plan that this is with this plan I will go for the exam. So I have prepared like this. So you can pause the video for a few seconds and you can go through this plan. Now within the section also there should be order in which you are supposed to attempt the questions. So if I go area by area, suppose if I talk about a logical reasoning. Now before actually moving to the section wise, let's first of all understand how your overall score calculation will happen. Now it will be very difficult for anybody to attempt all 200 questions in those 150 minutes part. So whatever questions you have not attempted, you are definitely going to mark some answer for that. Now my suggestion is, if a certain number of questions are left and you are going to mark any option 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 or 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, so mark one option only. So if I go by the simple basics of probability, that there are 5 options, and if all options are distributed equally, even if I attempted, let's say you attempted 100 questions and you mark 100 questions as some option as 3, 3, 3, 3, 1/5 of those will be getting at least correct. So out of 100 questions, you will get approximately 20 questions correct from those random marking. So if you attempted 100 questions with, let's say, 90% accuracy, you got 90 marks over there. 100 questions you mark one option, you got 20 correct from that. 90 plus 20, still your score will be around 110 part. So when you're targeting a certain score, you make a strategy in that way. Now here I am saying that with this strategy, with this plan, if you go, that you are going to attempt 140 question and 60 questions you are going to have a random marking. But it may not be possible for some people to go to 140 attempt. So then you go say 120 attempts, 90% accuracy, I'll get 108 marks. Remaining 80 questions, if I mark all one option, I'll get 1/5 correct, that is 16 marks. 108, 16 marks more, so your score will be approximately 124. So that way you do the calculation of your score and decide what score you are targeting based on your current preparation level. Okay, so let me go with within the section how you can do that. Logical reasoning. If I look at last CET 2019, all 4 slot, the minimum questions on logical reasoning section is for 75 questions, but on analytical puzzles, minimum questions were 35, maximum questions were 47, and that is more than almost a 50% weightage of your section. But at the same time, all analytical puzzles questions will not be manageable. So many students get stuck in those analytical puzzle questions. They pick up a linear arrangement question, they get stuck, those 10 minutes, 15 minutes are wasted. So my suggestion is, first in this section, you start with deductions questions. Deduction question, every slot 6 questions, minimum 5 to 6 questions. So there is 100% accuracy possible. Start with deductions. Next you solve input output questions. Again 100% accuracy you can get. Then you solve data sufficiency question, logic based I am talking about. So you'll find 3 to 4 questions based on data sufficiency. So 6 and those 6, 12 and 3, approximately 15 questions you can solve at the start with deduction, input output and data sufficiency. Then you can solve those miscellaneous questions, blood relations, direction sense, inequality questions, coding, decoding, all those miscellaneous questions you can solve. Okay, then you can choose the analytical puzzles area. Now analytical puzzles area, let's say if I say there are 40 questions. Now my observation is linear arrangement, circular arrangement questions will be more difficult. So better you pick up the questions which are based on the distribution. Distribution means what? 5 friends, they are from 5 different cities, work in 5 different companies, own 5 different cars. Those are the kind of distribution questions. They are the most easy one compared to the arrangement questions. So out of 40, if somebody don't want to attempt all 40, at least target some 20 questions. So you might be targeting around 3 sets in that area. And at the last of that section, you can target verbal reasoning question. Now verbal reasoning is an area where accuracy, verbal reasoning, or somebody can call it as a critical reasoning question also. In that, accuracy is a question mark, and sometimes you require a lot of reading part in that. So if you are not good at reading, probably you can skip those questions, but then you need to attempt more questions somewhere else. So that is the overall structure you can have while attempting the logical reasoning question. Now what to skip, that should be pre-decided. In an exam you can change little bit in that, but that should be pre-decided what I'm going to attempt, what I'm going to skip. If I talk about abstract reasoning, I already said 20 minutes, 20 questions, easily manageable. What you have to do, you have to keep a target of that 20 minutes. Because once you get stuck in a question, then you're going to waste a lot of time. So if you look at a pattern, around 12 questions on 5-figure series, find the next one. You want to find a 6th figure. They are slightly difficult one. Analogy questions are the most easiest one. You'll get 5 questions from that, 5 to 6 questions. So attempt analogy question first. From similar pair or dissimilar pair, one type will be definitely there for 5 to 7 questions. You attempt that next, and then you can try for the series question. If somebody feels, oh, I can manage the series questions well, you can start with the series question also. Based on my experience or what students share with me, I am suggesting this order. Quantitative aptitude, if you feel quant very difficult, attempt the selected areas questions only. Like the area like ratio proportion, percentages profit and loss. These are easily manageable in the exam. You might get a questions on those quadratic equation comparison. You can solve them first. So if I want to start this section, I will start with number series question. 6 questions on number series. Maybe find a missing term or find the next term. So I'll start with those questions. Then I will attempt from the quant area selected questions from ratio proportion, percentages and quadratic equation comparison, all that stuff. And instead of attempting the difficult questions on the quant area, I might prefer to work on DI section. If you are weak in quant, people who are good in quant, they can attempt all the questions in quant and get good marks. If you are weak in quant, then your substitute for those quant questions has to be data interpretation questions. Now data interpretation question also, in all the slots you'll find, I observed last year there was one caselet question, and caselet question was manageable, but only thing is a good knowledge of percentage basics is required to handle those questions. So if you are okay with that, then you attempt the caselet questions. Otherwise rest all the questions are just calculation based questions. If you have done enough practice of calculation, you can easily handle those data interpretation questions. V and RC, if you're keeping this section at the end, the advantages is that VRC questions probably you don't have to think too much to arrive at the answer. Either you, for example, the vocab question there, either you know the meaning of that word or you don't know the meaning of that word. So there are very less chance that you have to think something while solving the VA questions. So your speed can drastically improve without bothering too much about the accuracy. However, I will not suggest you keep it RC at the end. It might happen that you read the passage and your time up and you will not able to answer the questions only. So if you are starting this session, take RC at the start and those remaining VA questions at the end. In that also I am saying 35 attempts. So out of 50 marks, if I am saying 35 attempts, which 35 questions you are going to attempt, that should be pre-decided before taking the test. At the end, I am saying if you attempt 140, 60 are left as a random marking. If you are attempting 120, 80 are left as a random marking. How much time will require? I am suggesting 5 minutes. But generally see, if you try to do that random marking at the end only, then it might take more time. So when you are solving the question and you are not able to solve a particular question, at that point only you mark something. But you decide at the start only what you are going to mark. Are you going to mark 4, 4, 4, 4? Are you going to mark 3, 3, 3, 3? That should be decided at the start of the paper only. So suppose I am doing a logical reasoning section and I didn't get a time because I have decided this attempts. I didn't get a time to attempt the remaining 25 questions. So there and there you mark only 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 and you move ahead. So you don't require more time at the end to mark those questions. Also, if you decided to mark them at the end, what I'll suggest, when you are practicing the mock papers, just count the time to mark 20 questions, how many seconds you take. Then you realize, oh, I want to mark 60. So for example, to marking 20 questions, I require 2 minutes. So marking 60 questions will take 6 minutes. Marking 80 questions will take 8 minutes. That way you count. So you'll have idea, oh, this much time is required. Otherwise, if you don't mark anything, then few questions which you would have got correct by luck, you will not get those marks. So prepare your plan, stick to the plan, be confident when you're starting your paper. Because please understand, if the paper is difficult, it is difficult for everyone. Your cutoffs for the colleges are not same every year. They change as per the difficulty level. So it might happen that your paper is really difficult, so cutoff for your top colleges will be lesser. So don't give up in between. You give up only after your paper is over. Then you think, oh, will I get a good college? I'll not get a good college. We at time will definitely do the analysis and will put up the cutoffs, expected cutoffs on our website. So that will give a rough idea where you can get the admission. So while writing the paper, confidence can help you to score more than what you deserve on the basis of your preparation. Because a quick change of strategy or quick thinking can give you more marks in that exam. So that's what I want to communicate. So I will say, don't be in stress, do your best, forget the rest. We wish you all the best. Thank you.